In the previous movie, I talked about how changing the size of someone's eyes can change our interest in a photograph. And the same thing is true with changing the size of the pupils. Let's take a look at how we can do this. We have this little group right here, and if we expand this group, you'll notice that we have each eye on its own layer. Let's target the left eye, and then let's zoom in on the image. What we're going to do here is use the elliptical marquee tool. And I'm going to go ahead and click and drag to create a selection around the eye. Now, if your selection isn't in the right spot, press the spacebar key, and then reposition that, resize, press the spacebar key, until you get this just around the edge of the eye here. Now, one of the things we're going to want to do is have a selection that has a feather on it. Now, mine doesn't. I forgot to add it. No big deal. Control-click or right-click in the selection and choose Feather, and here we'll add a 1-pixel feather. All right, well, now that we have that, we're going to copy this to a new layer. Press Command or Control-J to do so. Now that we have this on its own layer, we'll call this left pupil. Next step, we need to free transform that. You can access free transform by navigating to Edit and then by choosing free transform. Here we'll go ahead and hold down the Shift key and click and drag this out, increasing the size of the pupil there. We want to pay attention to what size we're bringing this to. 120%, press Enter or Return. Then press the V key to select the Move tool and simply reposition this into the middle of the eye. All right, well, now that we've done this with one eye, before and after, it's time to work on the other eye. Let's click in the right eye layer and do the same thing. Elliptical marquee, we'll go ahead and click and drag around the eye there. Again, if we forget to add feathering, what we can do is we can always right-click or control-click, choose feather there, add a small feather, copy that to a new layer. Command or Control-J will copy that to a new layer. Let's name this new layer right pupil, and then press Command or Control-T to free transform or select Edit, free transform. And when you do that, we just want to hold down the Shift key and stretch or drag this out so that we're at that same percentage. I want to go right to about 120 or so. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that pretty close to 120%, then press Enter or Return. Next, press the V key to select the Move tool, then use your arrow keys in order to nudge this around. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can evaluate how we've done. Here we have it before and then after. Now, when I look at my before and after, I realize that this particular right pupil isn't in the right spot. I'm going to use my arrow keys to nudge it over. Here's my before and after. I think that looks pretty good there. Before and after with those two different sizes on the pupils. Overall, eye resizing, here we have it before and then after.